Hello everybody and welcome to Parks Bros. It's Drew here and I'm with Evan, at least for right now. Zach's going to join us a little later, as well as potentially some of our other friends that live up here, and that is next to Six Flags Magic Mountain, because we are finally back. It's been since February since I've been here, and I am so happy to be back finally. It's been forever, and I could finally see West Coast Racers all in person, which will be fantastic. But right now we're going to head over to Twisted Colossus, because we might as well ride that first, because it's our favorite in the park. And also, Full Throttle right here has a 45-minute wait. But the rest of the park is completely deserted. It opened about maybe 45 minutes ago or so now. But yeah, we're walking and we've seen like maybe 6 people past Full Throttle's plaza. So that's actually a great view of how the park might be today. Hopefully it stays this busy all day. It is a Thursday, so it's kind of an off day, but hopefully it's not bad at all. Goliath has only been running with people in like 2 of the cars, so that's great. And hopefully we can ride a lot in the next 4 hours, so let's do this thing. All right, so it was down for a little bit, but they are now letting people in. So let's get a ride on our favorite gear. So we just got a ride on Twisted Colossus in row 9, which is actually, I'd say, my favorite row for sure, because it seems to give the most extended airtime. But Evan and I saw Zach while we were on the lift hill, the green side lift hill, and because we were thinking, you know, maybe he's walking in at this point because he's parked, and he ended up, we pretty much said, hey, he's probably wearing dark jeans and a white sweatshirt
and white Vans.
And we spotted him immediately trying to walk in, and so we just started waving like crazy, trying to make Z in the air. It was a lot of fun, but no duels. Very close to dueling though. The operators are doing fantastic jobs today at trying to get duels, but we were about 2 seconds off on each time round, which still, I mean, even seeing them on the lift hill is a great change of pace compared to normal. But I haven't gotten that much airtime on a ride. It actually made my head hurt the first time around on the blue side, and I haven't gotten that since I rode Iron Rattler the second time back in May of last year. So fantastic airtime, fantastic ride on Twisted. The only thing that would have made it better is a perfect duel, but we did not get that this time around. Hopefully we do a little later on in the day, but now we're gonna go do something else. And that something else is potentially Crazyanity, but it is down. It is running a test right now, but there are still people in line, meaning that it's probably gonna come back open in the next, you know, cycle or two. So we might get in line just cause. It looks promising that it might be opening up very soon though. So we just got a ride on Crazyanity, actually in the perfect spot right past the operator booth, and we pretty much got 6 inversions or so technically. Yeah. I mean, not technically, but if you tilt your head back a little bit, it's a full inversion. But we were calling it on ride a glorified observation tower, because that's what we kind of think of it now. I mean, it's still a heck of a lot of fun, but the best part about the ride at some points is the views you get. So, I mean, it's kind of a glorified observation tower with some ejector airtime if you're in the right seat. So, it's really great. But right now, we're gonna go on Justice League if it's open. It looks like it potentially could be. We're not entirely sure. We're gonna check it out though. The gates are open, so it should be open. But we
can just wait for 30 seconds, because the first 2 rides we've gone on today, they've been closed. We've waited 30 seconds, they've opened, and they've been walk-ons.
It's very true. Yeah, both rides we've been on were closed at first, and then we just waited like half a minute. Yeah, it looks like Justice League is open, so we're gonna do it, and we might actually get a Zen ride on Justice League at this point, because there's like no one over here. There was only 2 people on Riddler's Revenge. It is absolutely empty today. So I take it back, we're not going on Justice League. They are filming right now inside the ride, which is really interesting. I wonder what it's for, but it will be open up a little later on. So hopefully we'll get on it later, you know, maybe in a couple hours or so. But if not, there's tons of other choices we could choose. I mean, heck, even Riddler's Revenge is right here. We could do that. But we're gonna head towards Batman, something we haven't done in a long time. I think it's almost been a year for me since I rode it. So it'll be nice to get back on that. But yeah, honestly, the park is really empty, and there's not waits for much of anything. So it's great news for us. So we've now made it to, I would say, the best themed area of the park to go ride Batman, the B&M invert that's also a clone that's at many different parks around the Six Flags chain, as well as some other parks as well. But we're gonna walk by the Flash right here and Wonder Woman Lasso of Truth, which I've actually never been on. So I think just classic Gravitron, I believe, but I'm not entirely sure. Like, it's not classic, but I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about. But they have redone a lot of the painting back here, as well as some of the graphics, like with Jitter's Coffee. That's brand new, at least that I've seen in the past 4 months or so. But there it is, Batman, right behind Teen Titans Tower Pizza, which is pretty good if you want it. It's a little greasy, but let's go ride Batman. But also, we'll get a look at Green Lantern a little later to talk a little bit about what the heck is going on with that. So complete walk on, the station's empty, and we're going back row 8. Wish us luck. So we just got off of Batman. This thing's ridiculous in the back row. Like, I grayed out twice. It's so ridiculously whippy as well. Honestly, I'm sorry, Silver Bullet, this beats you easy. And honestly, it might even beat Flight Deck with how it was running today in back row. It is just that good. I think it might be my favorite invert, which is insane to think about. So after our insanely intense ride on Batman, I came over to Green Lantern First Flight to talk about it a little bit. So during CoasterCon, the president, Neil Thurman, did state that they will be retracking this ride. What that means, we're not entirely sure. A lot of people are thinking it's going to be replaced with an SNS 4D free spin, but I want to talk about that real quick. It can't be replaced with that because they are about twice as long and even twice as wide. So SNS 4D free spin in this exact spot does not make sense in this exact way. If it was tilted to an angle, then potentially, or even just straight back and forth this way instead of this way right here. So don't expect an SNS 4D free spin is what he means by retracking. I think they might actually try and change the track, if anything. But it's really kind of a weird decision. They've spent so much time and money on this ride, and it's still not up to the standard that they want to run it. So it's just definitely getting harder to run. But I think, honestly, if they want to get 20 coasters in the park, this is the best way to do it. It's the easiest way to do it for sure. And West Coast Racers will be the 20th coaster. But it's kind of crazy to think that this has been closed for almost 2 years now, and they're just starting to get around to potentially attempting to get a mass redo of this ride. So we'll see if it works in the next coming months. So Justice League Battle for Metropolis is still having filming inside, as you can see by the crowd showing up out front. So we're gonna go right past it to the left to Gold Rusher, something we actually want to marathon 100 times in a day. I will actually put out a date for that eventually, but by the end of the summer, we want to do a day where we just ride it 100 times and try and break some records at the park. So that'll be a lot of fun. But let's go ride this classic Aero Mine train from when the park first opened. All right, let's do this thing. I love this beauty. It's so underrated in my opinion. I think it's great. So we just got off the wonderful Gold Rusher. Get out of the way of the sign. Gold Rusher. It's so good, especially in the middle row of a car. So if you're on a wheel seat, not so much. They experienced the wheel seat. The very back row is a wheel seat, and they did not like it too much. You could feel everything in the wheel seats. But if you're in the middle row of the car, it's going to be fantastically smooth. And I mean that. Like, it was smoother than our ride on Batman, and Batman was ridiculously smooth. So if you definitely want the best ride in a middle row of a car, for sure. It's just way better that way. So right now we're actually going to look at the West Coast Racers site, I think, because we just ended up walking here with, I don't know, no real sense of direction. So let's get a look at everything. Wow. At West Coast Racers. So we're making the climb up the mountain itself to go on to Tatsu, because, I mean, might as well go on the best flying coaster, at least on this coast of the US. So let's do this thing, shall we? So Tatsu is the only big wait we've seen all day today. They're only running 2 trains. So let's try it out, because why not? Man, I love the curves on this ride. It's so good. So we just got off of Tatsu. There's the pretzel loop right there. Hi, Isaac. We rode in the front row. That was legitimately the most forceful ride I've had in the front row ever. It felt like we were in the back row on the pretzel loop. It was insane. Our faces were being pressed in like this, and it was just ridiculously good. Hi, Mike. How you doing? But yeah, ridiculously good today. I don't know what's with today. It's empty. It's good weather. It's not ridiculously loud in the park, and also, I mean, everything's just running so well. I don't get it. I'm at a loss for words at how nice today is being right now for us. But next up, we're probably gonna hit, probably another coaster, right? And I don't know what that will be. I kind of want to go on Ninja just to get a look at West Coast Racers, honestly. So we might do that. All right, I take back what I said about going on the Aero Ninja, the Aero suspended coaster. That is honestly really just a classic at the park. But we're gonna go to another Aero, not X2 as you can see in the skyline right there, kind of, but Viper. We're actually gonna go ride Viper because Evan has not ridden Viper in years, I think 2.5 years now. So let's go ride Viper, see how it is today. Hopefully it's not too bad. I always like to ride it. So we've come up on Viper. Do you see that? There's a line. I'm kind of at a loss for words. The longest line I've ever seen that I actually wanted to ride it was in the station. This is weird. Maybe we'll ride it a little later, but as of right now, I don't think we're gonna wait. It looks like a good 20 to 30 minutes. At least that's, the app actually says about 50, but I doubt it. So now we've got this beautiful view of Tatsu as well as the New Revolution. But we're actually gonna head over to Full Throttle because Viper just had way too long of a line for right now. I'd love to get back on it, but I don't know if we want to wait 30 minutes for it particularly, but maybe we'll go wait hopefully only 20 minutes for Full Throttle, but we'll just have to wait and see. But I must say, Tatsu right now is running fantastically. Like one of the best rides I've had since a midnight Fright Fest ride that I had a couple years back. All right, Full Throttle time. Let's do this thing. I can't wait to get through this loop. Okay, Zach, cool. Well, let's do this thing. There's a little picture of monks right there. They're on Scandia Screamer. I'm very sad. So just got a really great ride in the second row, actually, of Full Throttle behind me. And everything.
The front row rocks.
Well, yeah, Charles got front row for the first time. But everything is running so ridiculously smooth today. It's insane. Like, I can't fathom how smooth everything is running. It's absolutely fantastic. And I mean, this has been some of the best rides I've gotten on some of these rides in a long time. And I mean, it's just a regular old overcast day, and there's nothing really special about it. But for some reason, most of the coasters are running really quickly and really smoothly. It's really fantastic.
I know, strange, huh?
Looking over by Crazyanity, the park got busy out of nowhere. I think it's the 12 p.m. rush. So the line for Crazyanity is upwards of an hour now, even though we walked on it this morning. Definitely a different sight than what we were seeing earlier, but we're probably gonna head over to Jetstream to potentially get some looks at West Coast Racers, as well as potentially get a little wet, because it is getting a little hotter. It's almost 80 degrees, so it's not bad at all today, weather-wise. It's really kind of nice, except for maybe that, yellowy texture in the clouds, or yellowy color in the clouds. I guess it's not really a texture, but that's fine. So Jetstream has been having quite the troubles today. Their turntable just shut off right now. They had to evac everybody that was in. And also this morning they derailed. So it's been quite the morning for Jetstream. So I don't think we're going to be able to get on, at least right now. So there's an 1.5 to 2 hour wait for Crazyanity. Let's wait it out a little bit, shall we? So just got a great second ride of the day on Crazyanity. I think this ride is awesome. And I know I said it was a glorified observation tower, but it kind of is. It kind of is. I don't know. I still think it's really thrilling, for sure. And I think you get just the best parts about the ride are, of course, the airtime if you're upside down, and the views, honestly. Like, the views are fantastic, for sure. But this is definitely a ride you gotta hit up, because this is only gonna be one of 3 after this year. So it's definitely a rarity, so definitely check it out. So a cool thing about a busy summer day, the Joker's out for everybody to enjoy. And he's really a great Joker, like legit. Now, another thing that is happening right now, because it is summer, there is Kwerk, which is a show I've never seen. There is a showing at 5:30 and 7. I would like to see it. I've never seen it, so that would be cool to see. But we're back in the Scream Punk District now to check out more Twisted Colossus. Like, come on, we got to at least ride it. Zach's got to ride it at least once today, because he has not done that yet. So let's go get a ride at Twisted Colossus. Here we go, Twisted Colossus. Let's do this, round 2. So we just got off of Twisted Colossus on the purple train, 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th rows, and it was fantastic on the purple train. We actually ended up getting a duel on our second round, so on the green side, we got a duel. Now, I want to talk about the filming that's been going on at the park today. It is for a Six Flags Dubai commercial. I'm not joking, but they are in traditional garb right now, and they have been filming on many rides, including Twisted Colossus, Justice League, in the Midway. So we talked to them, they are filming for a Six Flags Dubai commercial. That is crazy. So here we are underneath the Boardwalk Games, and they are filming a commercial right now, and that's definitely, we just talked to a couple of the guys. Six Flags Dubai is apparently still gonna be a thing, which is insane to think about. Also, look at that camera. Alrighty, let's fly at the speed of fear for the second time today. Man, Tatsu, back row. Yeah, we got the back row, by the way. Is phenomenal. You get whipped in the elements just like a Batman clone, and then the pretzel loop is just godly. Man, this ride is so ridiculously good. What a gorgeous ride. It is so stunning in every way. So now we're actually going to head over to Kwerk after our amazing ride on Tatsu. Kwerk is a show in the Scream Punk District, if you did not know, that is only during summer, it seems. And I've never seen it. It looks really cool. It's like an acrobatic show, and I'm really excited to go see it. So, I mean, hopefully we get there within like the next 15 minutes or so, which I'm sure we will. So it'll be really cool to see that. So honestly, it's becoming quite the beautiful day at Magic Mountain. It's about 80 degrees. It's just perfect. Maybe a little hot, but that's okay. Who was that? What? Who? Oh, hey, it's Dylan from Theme Park Obsession. Would you look at that?
I know. Just where did I come from? Out of nowhere.
I know, like just whoa.
So
it's like you
people.
Teleported.
I know.
You know,
I'm in all the theme parks in SoCal
exactly.
at one time.
Exactly. Hey, and if you guys haven't subscribed to his YouTube channel, make sure you do. I'm sure you already have, honestly, at this point. But if you haven't, Theme Park Obsession, I'll link him right here.
And if you haven't subscribed to Drew's channel, what are you doing? Subscribe to his channel. Yes, do. Please. Thank you.
So we actually just said goodbye to Dylan. He's heading out for the day. And it was awesome hanging out with him all day long. But I gotta point this out real quick. Share the thrill. All season picture pass. Does anyone know what coaster that is? I'll give you 3 guesses. It's Twisted Colossus, Tatsu, or it's Joker from Six Flags Discovery Kingdom. So
comment down below.
Yeah. Also, by the way, $40 for a season pass exclusive picture pass is not bad at all. It's actually cheaper than the Cedar Fair option. So now we're walking by Bugs Bunny World, and I gotta ask a question. I gotta ask a question for Six Flags Magic Mountain. Why is this still themed to holiday in the park? I'm just curious, because it's kind of like the end of June. So yeah. All right, so we've made it to the Gearworks Theater to watch Kwerk at 5:30. Let's do this. I'm actually really excited, honestly. I've never been in this building, so I've never even seen a show from Six Flags. So this is actually a first for a lot for me. So first impressions of the space is that it's huge. Absolutely huge, like massive. We're talking at least 2,000 seats minimum. That's pretty crazy. So we just got out of Kwerk in the Gearworks Theater, and it was actually a lot of fun. It's just your standard circus show, but with a steampunk twist, and I really enjoyed it. I think all of the performers did a fantastic job. You can see some clips that I took. I mean, I've probably already put those in, but there was also dance numbers in between each act, but I was kind of scared to use some of the songs they used, so I didn't really film that. But with Superman being ear-piercingly loud, definitely go check out Kwerk if you have the time. It's a really cool show. It's, of course, not going to be like the most amazing thing you see at a theme park, but I mean, it's still a really enjoyable show, and it's really well done, at least for what they have and the size of the stage and just everything. It's a really enjoyable show, so definitely go check it out if you can. So I want to talk about this while we're walking in the boardwalk section of the park. We did some more talking with that entire commercial crew, and it looks like they're filming both for Six Flags Saudi Arabia, which I don't think has been announced, by the way. I just thought I'd mention it. That's what they said. They said Six Flags Saudi Arabia. They did not say Dubai, and that's just what they said. So that's insane news to me, because that wasn't a thing before today. I didn't even think about it being a possibility, but it would not surprise me, especially with all the money that Saudi Arabia has been putting into foreign entertainment in the past year alone. I think the best example of that is actually pro wrestling. They've been spending millions of dollars on that, to the point where they're actually putting in, $10+ million into one show, which is insane to think about. But they're really trying to help their tourist population and, get some more tourists out to Saudi Arabia. So it would not surprise me if they made a deal with the Six Flags Corporation to construct Six Flags Saudi Arabia. Now, what city it's in, I have no idea. I'm just listening to what the director and a lot of the people said for the commercial. They also said they will be potentially using some of the shots for some just future commercials as of, with the new announcements in August, as well as other stuff like that. But right now, we're gonna head over to West Coast Racers, get another look at that before we head out, but we will head out soon after that. So we actually looked up Six Flags Saudi Arabia, and we found a result. There's a full website for it, and it says it's opening in 2022 in Qiddiya. I don't know how you say it, but it's in Qiddiya. That's what my English eyes would say. So this is definitely news to me. I've never heard of this expansion project. I haven't heard any others talking about it, but maybe we're just out of the loop on this. So I think it's an interesting spot to do it. I don't know. It should be a very interesting expansion of the Six Flags chain. We'll see how successful it is, but it's crazy to think they're already filming commercials for it. They're already trying to get tourists out there, so it should be very interesting to see how they react to a Six Flags park in Saudi Arabia. So part of the summer season is Full Throttle Nights. They got a DJ and a drum around. It's pretty cool. So a fantastic day overall at Six Flags Magic Mountain. Everything was running great, and the park was actually not bad weather-wise. So Zach being Zach says, watch, we're gonna walk by Twisted Colossus. It's gonna be a perfect duel. Well, the first thing we see is a bright sun behind the amazing silhouette of two perfectly dueling trains on Twisted Colossus. Cresting the lift hill. I'm a little mad right now because he predicts everything at parks and it makes me salty. But on that note, it will be the last, well, probably not the very last sight we get of Magic Mountain today, but it'll probably be the last coaster site we really focus on. And kind of sad, actually, but I'm super tired. Zach's super tired. We're gonna go get some Chick-fil-A.
Quick clip from us at Galaxy's Edge. Go.
What? Why? Why are you making me sad? Anyways, we've got quite the couple weeks. We are going to be at Knott's for 4th of July with a lot of our friends. Taylor from Coastal Studios, Chad from Ohio Valley Coasters, Sean Flaherty, Dan from Midway Mayhem, and even potentially Dylan from Theme Park Obsession. We'll see if he can make it, but it's going to be quite the 4th of July. If you'd like to join us at Knott's, you're totally welcome to. But Besides that, we might be having a meetup with Dylan, Theme Park Obsession, back at Magic Mountain next week or so. So it'll probably be in a couple days after this video comes out, but I will post about it for sure if we figure it out completely. It'll probably be that Friday. But that's only the tip of the iceberg for what's happening in the next couple weeks with this channel, and I'm so excited to bring a lot of this stuff to you guys, as well as tons more West Coast Racers updates and other updates from other parks. But make sure to subscribe if you haven't, because why not? I mean, I'm just a guy making videos at parks. I mean, why not? Thanks. Also, you're welcome, Chad. I'm repping you at Magic Mountain. But I'm just rambling at this point. So I'm gonna leave it here with a beautiful Twisted Colossus, which was running amazingly today. But until next time, we'll see you on the next ride.